So this is just a recap on the last video, actually the VEDIAK YANTRA video, sorry Siddhanta. Continuing on from that, this is just a recap of the drawing the rabbits. I think as far as I actually got showing all this was I didn't get as far as the nakshatras. I didn't show the nakshatras. So anyway, this is going to be showing the nakshatras, taking us all the way up to there. Right, that's basically where it took us to on the last video. This became the lotus, and this is the secondary lotus on the outside. So whatever I did here, just do the same again here. So in continuing from that, I'm going to get into the nakshatras, and then I'm going to lead all the way up to Surya's chariot, driven by Dhruva. We're just going to dive in. These are the verses. I'm not going to read through them all because this video is going to be massive. They're there, so pause it, read them. This is what this whole video is based on, and I'm going to be referring to those verses through the video, so just pause it and read it. So now we're going from the two rabbits. We've opened up these two ethereal lotuses. Actually, we've just not got that far yet. Now we're added in the nakshatras, and remembering nakshatras are coming from Daksha. The goat's head. Just remember that. The degree of the nakshatras to get the 27 nakshatras is 13.3 degrees. But there's actually another way to actually get that degree without a protractor, which I'm going to get to. But I just don't want to complicate it, because it does seem complicated, even though in essence it isn't. If you follow the path, it's there's a science there. Anyway, this is basically the tops of all the temples that you see. Based on those 27 nakshatras, or sometimes 33. There's all different stuff going on, but it's all based on this geometry. Now what I'm doing, I'm actually adding in Daksha, the goat's head, because it's actually the goat's head that the nakshatras come from. Daksha, where right, there's Daksha, the goat's head, you know. Not scary, not bad. Vedically, they fully understood that Daksha, the goat's head, was the access to the nakshatras, to understanding all this. I've actually jumped ahead. This is actually also, on top of all this, this is Surya's chariot. But this is the window. This is the TV. This is the way that actually the VEDIAKs of old actually viewed the ether, understood the ether through this TV here. And it is actually Ya. There's the A, there's the Y, there's the A, there's the M, there's the A. It's also Yama, and also the pentagram and the inverted pentagram, which I'm always raving on about. Because it's important. It's super important. So, have I jumped ahead? Anyway, oh no, all I've done is I've drawn the pentagram, shown Daksha being the goat's head, and then I've drawn in Surya's chariot. But it's all connected. It's all this etheric window. You notice a smartphone is actually this shape. But all Vedic buildings, all Vedic divisions, they always work to this shape, and the base and the base square. But they're always working to this this window, because this is Surya's chariot. This is how he comes through the ether. This is how the ether is working. In those verses, it referred to the rope winds, or the ropes, the black and white ropes of that Dhruva pulls, because Dhruva's driving Surya's chariot west. They're going from east to west. The sun always goes from east to west, through the nakshatras, through the zodiac signs. Where am I at with this? I'm drawing in Dhruva. I'm putting in Dhruva, and you'll see all this. It'll come together, even though it seems A bit tripped out. That's D for Dhruva. That's where it's all been seen from the east. You know, ultimately we are the Dhruva. We are the compass. The compass is the pole star, and the pencil is the Ra, is the subconscious that we're drawing out. You can't just draw it out arbitrary. It's got to match the seed. It's got to follow the seed, and then it reflects the consciousness within your own mind. Because again, we have a bloody Surya chariot within our own mind. So there's the black rope, there's the white rope. Again, I've shown it all the time, the pentagram and the inverted pentagram, the conscious and the subconscious, the Rahu and the Ketu, which is fully connected to the sun and the moon, because this is the lunar mansion. This is fully connected to the moon. Read about Daksha. Anyway, that's the goat's head, Daksha, and he's creating, because when this pentagram moves, and soon it is going to move up here to Tropic of Cancer, move down here to Tropic of Capricorn, we do actually get this movement of 13.3 degrees between the nakshatras. Anyway, I'll get to that. So I'm drawing in the ropes. This was all in that verse. That's how they're connected, how he's driving the chariot there, the nails in the wheels. I've done an extra on there for some reason. What was that for? Anyway, that one's not supposed to be there. I've just marked a mark. Anyway, 27 nakshatras. So now, again, the 6, it was in the verse. The 6 and the 3 navels. Again, it's based on the rabbits. It's based on this 8. These eyes, these moving eyes within the seed. Within the snake, it's the snake's eyes. And the snake isn't scary, they just fully understood it in Vedic times. This is what the VEDIAKs were up to. There we are, they were riding the chariot of the sun. So this is the wheel. There's the 12 zodiac signs. The wheel that goes within the nakshatras, because the nakshatras are behind the zodiac signs, but it all moves together. None of these are moving separately. These are all moving together as one mantle. It's the sun and the 9 planets that move independently, but everybody else is moving to this grid. I'm putting the elliptic in now. I missed it earlier, but the elliptic, again, it lines up with the bunny ears, goes all the way up to Taurus, and Abhijit here, again referring to the rabbit. And the rabbit connection to the moon, the mind. This is the mind circle. And you've got to understand the connection between the rabbits and the mind circle. They're moving around. So this is the Surya's chariot being built. This is the ecliptic and the elliptic. So this, I did it last video, 5.4 degree is basically, this circle's going on above us, but because of our size and scale, we see it on an angle. That's it. That's all that's showing. The elliptic plane, the ecliptic plane, or the celestial equator. It's just the sun and moon follow this band, and all the other planets follow this band. They don't just move around, especially how they say they do. It's all following this celestial equator, which we just see the top arch of. Anyway, again, so right, we're building the chariot of the sun, just like they did in Vedic times with the Karnak temple, which I showed in the last video. And this is what this video is based on, again, because I'm getting everything from that. They're the 7 horses. That was in the those verses. Sun chariot, 7 verses, 7 horses, 7 sages, and then the axle in the middle. They're the Kuveras, because Dhruva is pulling that axle and the sun is moving up and down between the north and the southern path, and he's also driving the direction of the way the sun's going. So that is Karnak temple overlaid over the top. Overlay, where's the overlay there? So that's the Karnak temple overlaid over that, what I've just done. clearly this is where you pick up the Dhruva ropes from, the white and the black ropes, pull up, and then you've got in on the top in the north. Down here they've got an area where they teach you about the Vesica Pisces. Check it out online. You can just go there with Google Maps and wander around, but there's a lot of Vesica Pisces stuff going on in here. Then you back round into here, down to, you have to come round and down to the south, then you go round and you get taught about the ecliptic. Literally the entrance there is on the ecliptic. They've got a hole. Anyway, I'll get to it. Well, where is it? They've got well, yeah, there's the entrance to the temple. This is the snake's head again. This is the Makara holding the square and compass. They're guarding the sacred knowledge. Not everybody gets to know this stuff. But the powers that be know it, or at least they know it in an inverted way, and they're using it for the wrong reasons. This is that exhibit that's on the ecliptic, that take you over to the ecliptic as well. And then if you walk around, again, you've done the circles, you've done the Vesica Pisces, back in again to the temple. But this is just showing the eyes. And if you look at the building itself, where was it? It was over on this side. You can see it's all falling apart, but these were the eyes. These are the eyes. Anyway, have a wander around this place. It's all what I'm showing is in this building. Is built, carved into stone. What I'm saying is not me just tripping out. This is a real. It's fully Vedic, but it's fully esoteric too. So they understood this whole understanding of the esoteric nature of the ether and the subconscious, and it was all connected to this pentagram, an inverted pentagram, the 5 and the 10. There's no way around that, and it's not bad. It's not bad. So we've just been there. They're the Makaras again, guarding the steps in. You need to have the Makara, and then anyway, I've just been going on with the Makara. You've got the pentagram, the inverted pentagram. Ultimately, it's the Dhruva, which comes out, and it's all been driven from this side, from Dhruva. He is driving the Surya chariot, but it is all through the sacred triangle. It's the Shri again. The Vesica Pisces, Lakshmi, Scorpio, Parvati, and Sarasvati, the goddess of knowledge. And it's the river. These women are water. Look, it's rivers flowing down, but it flows down through the triangle, through Dhruva. Here's Dhruva, and the ethereal waters are flowing down through onto the pencil. And it's only when you draw out the it's like you're creating a reflection. You're creating a pool of ethereal waters reflecting back to you, but it has to be the seed of life. It's not it's the seed of life, and particularly this Vedic stuff that activates all these things, because it's got the nakshatras, the sun and the moon. This is what's going on within us too. This is why these guys built these things, because it was crazy important. But again, just showing that Dhruva point of Dhruva point as well, and driver. Drew, I drew something, all comes from Dhruva. D-R-U-V-A. Actually, I've got a more finished one than that. But anyway, the V and the A is the V and the A also. D-R-U-V-A. Dhruva. Because Dhruva and the triangle and the compass is what for us is the chariot of the sun, once we get it going. But you have to get in past the Makara, this whole inverted pentagram concept, through the subconscious. But the Makara, the crocodile fish, 10th house, is what's guarding all this stuff. You got to chase these. You got to get the compass going, and you've got to understand the square, and you've got to work it out. But it's all based on the square and compass. Everything they're doing with this Vedic stuff is square and compass. It's all about the geometry, and once you understand the geometry, it all starts to click in and make sense. And that's what I was doing with those buildings. It was built into the geometry. Where am I with this? Just more pictures. Oh yeah, so that's Druva controlling the triangle and the pentagram and the inverted pentagram, and they're the ropes that are actually the black and white ropes that are controlling the direction of the sun chariot. And these are the secondary ropes that actually pull the sun back and forth between the northern and southern path. That's all in those verses. So imagine if you could make this and you could try it out and you could see if it worked. So I did that. So, and then I took it one step further and I made a prototype of that actually concept working, just to prove the geometry of it all and how it all works. But this is the key to everything. This answers it all. Northern path, southern path, birth and death, birth and death. Remember, the sun gave birth to Yamaraj. We didn't give birth to him, but he was born of Yamaraj. Yamaraj, that is Yama. This is Yama. Stop. This is Yama. Ya. Ah. Ma. Ah. Yama. It's also Maya. Ma. Ah. Ya. Ah. Maya. And it's all controlled from the pole star. It's all controlled by Juva. And he's and as what I was talking about, how Daksha controls, or he creates the nakshatras, it's this angle, this 13.3 degrees, as this pentagram moves over the year, because this is what's going on. You've got, so this is like 21st of June, so it's just happened. The sun's moving, well, it's in Leo now, so the sun's sort of on its northern path back to the south, so approximately sort of there, but the sun's just been born again. The sun's been born again. What's going on with this? Northern path, southern path. Northern path, southern path, northern path, southern path, northern path, southern path. And then when the sun's here, so the sun's here at the beginning of the year. Well, it depends what you understand the beginning of the year is. This is 21st of December. This is 21st of December. When the sun's in its southernmost, waits for 3 days. Then he starts moving back, becomes resurrected. Then this is when he's in Aries, goes past the Aries, 21st of March, and he's moving over to Libra. All the way up to, not Libra, he's going through Aries up to Cancer, to the northern path, and then he's coming back down to Libra, back to the southern path again. So this is southern path, northern path, and there's the equator in the middle. We can even use this, I'm going to make one out of wood, but we can use this to get these degrees and actually work out, because the sun is setting, depending whether it's on its northern or southern path. According to this, this is actually, you can use it as a device. I mean, these guys built the whole building. They built this whole building based on this. That's how they can actually build this building. And when you stand there on the equinoxes and the solstices, the sun will actually be illuminated in these certain points, depending where you're looking from. But they can only build that because they understood the geometry. And this is the geometry. This is how it's working. Well, broke Shiva's bow, look. Dhruva's bow. Shiva's bow too. So that's the bow of Shiva. That's the Dhruva bow. Together drive his chariot from the pole star. There's so many more things, but I'm gonna build it out of wood, build it all properly, and I also need the houses underneath, so this whole thing also has to spin. This has to spin as well, separate from this, so I can actually move it around, and I can basically put the sun where it is exactly in the sky. Yeah, simple as that. Well, not quite as simple as that, but that's the principle, and it's all geometry. It's not like it's accidental. This is maths. The fact how that pentagram moves around there, and how this chord moves down from above. Actually, if you look at all your compass stuff and all your arcs, it's all talk about chord lengths. This chord, and also the whole thing of weights and measures. That's all Yamaraj. Yamaraj is the weights, the moon is the Chandra is the measures, the mind, the manas, the measuring, and Yamaraj is the weight. He's the gravity, he's the down, the heaviness, this is this energy, the death pulling you down. It's just the energy of the material world, the up and the down, the divine and the demoniac, the conscious, subconscious, and this northern and southern path. And the powers that be know this. That's where they do plan all their psyops on this sun's movement. Watch what they're doing. It's all based on this northern southern path of the sun. Triangle up here. Did I go through that? No, I didn't. Triangle up here, that is the Karnak temple. Nice big triangle there, all these wheels everywhere. Needs checking out. Wheel again, I showed it in the last one, but here's just showing how it's all based on Shesh again. There's a lot of it missing, but they're using this geometry and the Makara. It's all based on the Makara. These guys, it's resting on the Makara, the square and the compass. It's not evil. The square and the compass is not evil, it's just used for the wrong things. But Vedically it was understood as the crocodile fish, the Pisces being the fish ultimately, and the crocodile being the Capricorn. And the Capricorn's coming out of the water, the crocodile is coming out of the water, or it's going into the ethereal waters and catching the fish and bringing it out to the land, bringing it out to in front of you so you can see it. Varuna, who lives in the west, he rules the water, he rides a Makara. So we need a square and compass, and we need to be the Dhruva, and we need to understand it all, because it's all here. It is all here.